What's up everyone, it's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I am bringing you an anime review of Heroic Legend of Arslan Season 2, Episode 1, and boy does it feel good to have this series back. You know, if I had the courage and the drive to do reviews last year, I definitely would have been covering this series as it is very solid. It is a very good war strategy type of anime that you can kick back to. And you know, Fridays is known as Hype Friday. For me, Sunday was always Chill Sunday. And what I mean by that is Sunday was the day that I will always watch the more grounded and realistic type of series such as this, you know, Gangsta. We still got that in some sense with ReZero, and then we got Orange later today, which I'm probably going to review. I'm not even going to fool myself. And now we got Arslan back in a season 2 to kind of round that out and keep things grounded and to reality for us. So you can kick back and chill, get your Game of Thrones type of feel with the anime with this series. And I'll say it again, it just feels so good to have this series back as I really did miss it. And I'm glad I was able to catch back up and rewatch it and catch up on the episodes I didn't see just in time for this series. And they have no time to waste because it's only 8 episodes in this series this season, and getting right to the heart of the matter is exactly what they do. As the episode starts off with Hilmis, you know, aka Silver Mask, learning of a legendary sword from a descendant that he needs to get, or he wants to get, because if he wields that sword, not only does legend say that it will give you immersed power, it will also give you the true right to become king. So that's his intentions right off the bat, as he's going after this legendary sword. Meanwhile, over at the Peshawar fortress, they are being invaded by army of Turan. Turan soldiers are attacking the Peshawar fortress that are still weak after they were just attacked by the I always think the name. I'm gonna have to look at my paper on this one. Lusitania, there we go, Lusitania. I always forget how you pronounce it exactly. But they were attacked earlier by the Lusitania, you know, the temple knights, the religious people. They were attacked by that army, so they were still a little bit weak, and then for another army to come in to attack them is just too much for them. But fear not, because before things get too grim, Arslan and the crew comes back to save the day. Our boy, my boy, definitely Daryun back, going in with a beast with the spear. We get to see Narcissus again. We get to see Beast Queen Finagris, Arslan. We get to see everybody all over again, as the first half of the episode is dominated by the battle of them pushing Turan back. And they take this time to reintroduce us to some of the characters and let you know where they're from and everything, as they show Arslan and the rest of the characters. For people like me who probably forgot everybody's names, they get to show you who everybody is, where they're from, what kingdom they're from, as we get to see Arslan and everybody that has decided to join Arslan on his crusade to become king that he gained in his party back in season 1. So they're able to push Turan back. They retreat, however they don't leave. So inside of the castle, you know, Narcissus, being the strategist that he is, he's saying they're still waiting for something. And also everybody is wondering why the other king, I'm gonna have to look at my notes again, because it's been so long since I've seen some of these characters, I don't remember their names offhand. But I can't say why I'm looking for the name. The battles in this episode was excellent, as if I remember correctly, I don't remember the exact order of which one's which. I know it's definitely being drawn by the artist of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but I think it's the same director as well. So they're still bringing you that same hype with beautifully executed battle scenes. I mean, for some people, you know, the CG that they're mixing in with the 2D is a little bit to desired, but overall the battle looked great. King Rajendra, that was the person that I was trying to remember his name. Narcissus is wondering why his army didn't show up to help. It's like Arslan's crew had to turn around to come back to help Peshawar in this fortress, because this is a very central area for them to keep in order for them to keep forward and to maintain the border. Rajendra was basically just biding his time. It's like he knew what was going on, but secretly he is hoping that, you know, Arslan's crew pars, and he was hoping that Turan would pretty much cancel each other out so he can just sit back pretty and come in and get up to scraps. Narcissus, being the beast that he is, already put that together and made that clear. And that was one of my flaws about Arslan as a whole back in season 1 in the earlier episodes, because Narcissus was always 10 steps ahead of everything, and he was always the reason why they won. It wasn't until late into the series that, you know, they started to alleviate that a little bit. But at the same time, that's what makes him beast. It's like, you can't trick this dude. You got the best man on the board who is really guising as a painter. But he has every right to be, I think he has every right to be king, as he has the mindset that you need. But he's the type of person like, I don't want to do that. I'm good with just advising Arslan, who, speaking of Arslan, who is very tired in his travels, as they need to push towards the royal capital, and Narcissus feels that something is going on at the royal capital that they need to be wary about. Meanwhile, Elam and Arslan just have a little bit of talk, as Arslan is wondering what happened to Geeve, as Geeve is still out being a scout. I think he is exiled, if I remember correctly what happened, but he's still working with Arslan. While he's out on his travels, Geeve sees an army of people heading towards a certain destination, and within this army is Silver Mask Hilmes, as he's making his way to the tomb to retrieve the sword. Now inside the tomb, Hilmes did retrieve the sword. However, he is stopped by Geeve, who was scouting, waiting for someone to probably try to take the sword, or he was going to take it himself, as he knows its importance and wants to get it back to Arslan. The two have a very beautiful battle. I mean, the battle, just, I can't praise the battles in this series enough. They look really clean. Geeve was able to get away from Hilmes and his people. However, he did drop the sword, and it was picked up by the Temple Knights of Lusitania. It was picked up by the Knights of Lusitania and taken back to where they're going to discuss of both Geeve and Silver Mask's army, as they both have failed right now to get something that is so important. Now we head back to Escabana, which is the home of the Temple Knights, the Lustianias. I'm gonna get that name right in one of these reviews, but you know who I'm talking about. We get back to them, and they still have King Antrogaris captive, which is kind of weird. I'm like, why haven't they killed this dude yet? It's been about damn near a year since they had this dude captive. They basically tell him that Silver Mask is alive. Of course, he doesn't believe that, because, you know, he's one of the people that think that he died. So there's no way he can be alive to take the kingship from him. And in a turn of events that I called like long ago, I'm like, this guy's supposed to be a legendary king. He's supposed to be a beast. Why haven't they killed him yet? I mean, I know they're trying to use him for a bargaining chip, but you gotta get this dude out of here. He's well renowned. And that was definitely exposed, as the King Antrogaris was able to break the chains that he's bound in, and goes in and takes the king of the king's son, the current king of the Lustianias, take his son captive and say, I need you for my own purposes, laughing hysterically as we cut to the next scene, as he explains that he's been in the same chains for over 6 months. So after a while, you know, all the blood for them beating him, the sweat and everything else has caused those chains to rot. He was just waiting on that time to come so he can break out of it. He goes in using the chains in battle as part of the things that he's learned. And now he's free, and he has someone hostage as he's beginning to make his own nefarious plan. Then we finally catch back up with Itole once again posing as a boy. She heads back to Ecbatania and the Lusitania kingdom to bring back wounded soldiers. And as she gets to the gates, or can we say he until she reveals herself again, either way, I'm gonna say she because I know she's a girl. She gets back to the gate only to find that her kingdom is a shell of what it was. It's crushed, as it's revealed that we see just guards everywhere wrecked and gone, pretty much taken over, as we see King Antrogaris is now sitting on the throne at Lusitania, as he's pretty much broken out and gone in and used his leverage that he had the guy's son to sit back on the throne, as he's pretty much the ruler of this kingdom right now. That changes things in a very big way, because Arslan's next destination is to go to Ecbatania, you know, to try to take them over next, or to try to find some type of alliance with them. That's where he's headed. And right now, Arslan is the person that is being championed as King of Pars. But now that you have the real king back, and his wife is back too, who wants to see her son Arslan, that's gonna cause definite big clash, because I don't think Arslan wants to give up kingship now, and he's grown to the point where he probably feels that he would do a better job to his father, or people will probably tell him that he would, as I think right now he wants to be king. So now that just puts another chess piece on the board, because now we have the current king, we have Arslan, we have the Temple Knights, and we have all these other armies all coming for the throne, as we basically got Game of Thrones in anime form right now. It's just about 4 or 5 different families or parties all battling for the king, and that was the end of the episode. Again, it was very good to have Arslan back. The openings is pretty decent. I can see it growing on me. The ending is done by Calafina. You know them from the Fate series. They always go in, as the ending scene is beautiful as well. As far as opening of the season, I can already tell you that's probably 100% or at least 90% positive that's going to go to 91 Days, as that's going to be done by TK. You know, the same artist who did the opening for Tokyo Ghoul and all of Psychopaths, except I think one opening. So with that being said, Arslan's back. That's the end of the episode. Let me know what you guys thought. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I will have a load of content for you guys almost endlessly. Well, I can't promise endlessly, but it'll be a lot of content for you. You won't be disappointed by hitting that subscribe button. And be sure to join me later, as I also review ReZero, and more likely Orange will be coming today as well. So with that being said, as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.